Hi, second graders, it's time for some more science. Before I start, would you please get yourself another piece of paper and crayons, colored pencils, markers, or just a pencil if that's what you've got. If you don't have it handy, please stop the video and go get it. All right? You're going to use it in a little bit. But for now, let's talk about the habitats we've already drawn. We saw the grassland habitat. We drew our grasshoppers. We found out that the basic needs of the the basic needs of the animals and plants are food, water, air, and space. They get their water from the rain. The plants get their water through their roots down in the soil when the rain soaks into the soil. And then we moved to the desert and we found out the plants there do things much differently than they do in Minnesota, right? So the cactus and other plants store water inside the plant. They also have large root systems with very long roots so that they can go out far from the plant and grab as much rain as they can because it's not going to rain again for a long time. They only get rain, maybe once or twice a year in the desert. So they need to be able to soak up as much as they can and then store it for later. They also need air, water, space, and sun in the desert. Here we see a little ant getting food and water from a seed. And they also have wonderful tunnel systems. God gave them the ability to know that they need it and how to build it so that they can get shelter from the heat. Well, today we're moving on to a new habitat, the tundra. It's not time to draw yet, but it would be fine if you wanted to draw a little of what you see. Mostly, I would just like you to sit back and enjoy this video. I know it seems strange for me to be videoing a video, but it works, and that way you don't have to worry about other videos popping up when it's done from YouTube, you know what I mean? So here we go, the tundra. Watch closely. Oh, aren't those beautiful? Northern Lights. Two types of tundra, Arctic and alpine tundra. Where is the Arctic tundra located? North America, Europe, and Asia. The tundra is cold and does not have trees. Looks very cold, doesn't it? The tundra has a short summer. The soil is frozen and is called permafrost. Plants are short and include moss and lichen. Looks like lichen, doesn't it? No, it's lichen. Wildlife include lemmings, Arctic fox, tundra swan, polar bears. Oh, look at him. And penguins. Alpine tundras are found at the top of mountains. Alpine tundras are cold and do not have trees. Looks like it's good for skiing though. Plants include grass, short shrubs, moss, and lichen. Animals include mountain goats, yak. Enjoy the Arctic and alpine tundra. Reminds me of a little bit of Minnesota. welcome. All right, now you need your paper and your markers or whatever you have. We're going to do our notes a bit differently today. I'm going to read a page in your book and show you the picture. You're going to choose one or two important facts from that page. You can write what you think is important or draw it. Do you have to write complete sentences for this? What do you think? You probably said yes, but no, you do not. It's okay if it's a complete sentence, but it doesn't have to be. We're just taking notes, so you just want the main important fact. Now, when you do important facts for Mrs. B, like about the salmon story that you read, those have to be complete sentences. But we are taking notes like you would do for a research project, so it can just be the most important words. Okay, are you ready? This is a tundra habitat in winter. Some parts of Alaska have this kind of habitat. What do you see living here? Let's take a closer look. All right, what did you hear on that page that seemed important? You may just write one word, maybe two. Maybe you'll just draw one thing. Okay, we're moving on to the next page. Tundra plants survive the winter in a resting stage. When the sun warms the land, the plants begin to grow again. The plants take up water and nutrients from melting ice and snow. They use sunlight to make their food. Tundra plants can survive cold temperatures. All right, there may have been 2 or 3 important things there you want to write about. Are you ready to move on? You can finish later if you didn't have enough time. This is our last page. Caribou roam the open space of the tundra. They eat the short plants. They drink from pools of melted snow. Caribou have thick fur to protect them from the cold temperature, but the fur is not thick enough to protect them from mosquitoes. Look at that guy up close. He's looking at you. All right, what do you want to write about or draw? Now we're going to see what I did before I read this to you and see if any of your important facts match mine. Okay, I wrote tundra at the top. Did you do that? Should definitely do that. That's like the title. And then I have to admit, I did this. I looked online to find a drawing of the state of Alaska, and I drew it ahead of time. So I didn't do that quickly like you kind of had to do because you didn't have as much time as I had. But maybe you wrote the word Alaska. And I wrote the plants rest in winter. Remember it said plants are in a resting stage. That means that's kind of the part of their cycle that is resting when they're just under the ground. They're not really growing right now, right then. And then I wrote the plants grow. I put the sun to remind myself that when the sun starts warming and the ground starts warming up, the plants begin to grow. They get water from melting snow. That's how I draw snowflakes. And that's the melting snowflake. Did you draw something about the water? And then I wrote some little things about the caribou. They eat short plants. They drink water that was melted snow. And they have thick fur. You know, I forgot to write something else that I think is important, but let's see, maybe we could say mosquitoes bother them. Maybe you said it a different way. Mosquitoes bother me too. All right, did you have any matches with mine? You might have thought of some other important facts that you chose. Well, thank you for listening to the Tundra. Finish up your note-taking and send a picture to your teacher. If you need to look back at the other pages, you can watch the video again. Have a good day, second graders.